Hello everyone, welcome back in biology class. And after a long time of examination and semester break, I hope all of you are ready to start the new chapter in biology. And perhaps you are also knowing that the name of the chapter is tissue. Tissue. Dear students, it is a well-known fact that all living organisms are made up of cells. These organisms can be unicellular like diatoms, unicellular like diatoms, bacteria, yeast, protozoa, etc. And can be multicellular. Like neem, human, dog, people. Okay. So can be unicellular or multicellular. In the body of unicellular organism like amoeba is made up of single cell, and that single cell is the site to perform diverse life functions in that organism, like intake of food, digestion, egestion, excretion, everything. Multicellular organisms, on the other hand, are made up of millions of cells. And some cells in the body of multicellular organisms cluster together in order to perform different functions. Since a number of cells are involved in performing a function, the organism performs that function more efficiently. Similarly, in plants also, cells are clustered together to transport water, food, storage of food, and for the photosynthesis. So, these cells which are performing different functions arises, there is a kind of division of labor in them, that different types of specific type of cells can perform specific type of functions. That's why there is a process, a phenomenon, simple, that every organism begins its life with a single celled structure. That may be zygote, spore, or any other cell. Okay? These cells divide again and again in order to increase the number of cells, and number of cells are produced in the body of living organisms are differentiated to perform different types of function, like the tissues of eyes, means cells of the eyes, or the cells of the muscles. So there is quite difference in those type of cells. So the process by which this type of complexity, this kind of difference arises in the cells is called cell differentiation. Cell differentiation is the process to bring the qualitative change in the cell's body. Okay? Both cell differentiation and cell differentiation and division of labor, both are necessary for the organism to grow and develop, as well as to form the organs. Okay? So the cluster of cells which are grouped together to perform the specific functions are called tissue. So we can say tissue is the group of similar or dissimilar type of cells grouped to perform a common function of common origin. That is the tissue. Means a group of cells. A group of cells that perform or help to perform an specific function in the organism's body and of common origin. So that is called the tissue. Okay. The structure of plants and animals are quite different. So they have the different types of tissue in them. Okay. What are the differences between plants and animals tissue? So here we have to understand that plants are stationary. They do not move from one place to another place. So they demand less amount of energy. That's why most of the cells in plants are supportive in functions. Okay, these cells are supportive in functions and lignified. Lignified means there is the deposition of lignin, and afterward lignin is impermeable, so the cell will die. So these cells. On the other hand, animals need to move from one place to another in search of food, shelter and mate. So they demand more energy. So most of the cells in the animals are living. Okay. Now, due to complex body structure, animals have complex cells that form the tissues, while in case of plant, they have the simple body structure. So the cells in their body are also simple. That's why the tissue in the plants are also simple in comparison to animals. Another thing, plant grow indefinitely and they have the growth regions at the root and shoot apex of the plants, and they grow throughout their life. While animals grow for a limited period of time. Okay, so these are few differences in plant tissues and animal tissues. Animals grow limited period of time, and the tissues which are present in the animals are complex because they are made up of complex cells. The growth in the animals are in proper ratio. That is, there is the ratio of different organs in the body. Okay, now types. First of all, we have to study about the plant tissue. The branch of biology that deals with the study of tissue is called histology. Okay, histology. Plant tissue can be divided into meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Plant tissue can be divided into first meristematic tissue, and second permanent tissue. This meristematic tissue can further divided into apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem. Permanent tissue is divided into two categories, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent. The simple permanent is further categorized into parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And this complex permanent tissue is also categorized into two, that is xylem and phloem. This xylem is made up of 4 types of cells. And phloem also made 4 types of cells. Okay, vessels, tracheids, parenchyma and fibers. Xylem, sieve tube, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma in phloem tissue. Okay, so these tissues we study one by one in this chapter. Okay, till now watch the video and try to read the chapter notes also, which are book. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day to all of you.